Okay, off the phone. We're on
No,
TV.
I'm trying to share it. I'm
off
trying
the
to share
phone.
it. Trying to share with the
See
Scotti
what
G
happens?
Nation.
We're already live and in effect. This guy's...
Oh, something went wrong.
Something went wrong is because he's live on the air.
All right, we're live on
And
the
he's,
air.
I'm going to take off my headphones because I'm getting some delay. And I don't want that.
Yeah, no delays.
Taking my headphones off. I hope you guys can hear me all right. And the levels are good. We'll worry about electronics later. We're on the...
Yeah, we'll share it later. I was trying to share live with the Scotti G Nation.
Well, the Scotti G Nation will be made abreast, will be abreasted, will be properly made abreast of the developments. And
my nation does love breasts. That's good.
His nation loves the breastises.
We love the breasts.
Because they are the bestesses. My name is PJ Cody, in case you were wondering. I do have a title I can present thusly. Wait, where'd my title go? My title's gone. You see what? You know what? Technical difficulties have been extremely difficult with this particular podcast. So, we're going to be as difficult as we possibly can, and we're going to be as nasty as we want to be. So,
are you appalled at the technical difficulties? Can you be appalled on a podcast?
It's not possible for me to be any more appalled than I could possibly be. But look, here's
Exactly.
the logo. There it is. Look, it's called the Golden Age. Look, I can do that at least. All right. Today and live and in effect in a hastily thrown together podcast, we have none other than returning for his second foray into the comedic wonderland that is the Golden Age Pauldcast. It is live and in actual Technicolor today. Good old Scotti G Live. Hey, Scotti G Live.
Right.
Can you hear yourself okay?
I can hear it. You're fine.
If you got delay in your headphones,
I got a little delay, so
take
if
them
I
off.
go.
Take them off.
Take them off,
Yeah,
right.
take them right the fuck off.
So it won't mess up my bald spot. That's perfect.
Okay.
That's even better, yeah.
What bald spot, bro?
I am.
That's just gleaming the cube, bro. That's just a helicopter landing pad. What are we talking about here?
I know. That's all I tell you. Like, I've never hunted before, but after with Pennsylvania, hunting's like a holiday, right? The Monday after Thanksgiving. Yeah, companies give the day off to go deer hunting that Monday after Thanksgiving.
Oh dear.
It is, yeah, oh dear. But so I'm going to try hunting for the first time this year. I'm going to go hunting.
Who hunted you?
No, I'm going hunting. I'm going hunting for my hair.
Oh, somebody's. Oh.
Because I'm having trouble finding it. I'm going hunting for my hair.
Who's that one doctor that does the restorative hair care?
Oh, I don't know.
Johnny Pablo? No, I'm just kidding.
I use Lipogreen. That's called Lipogreen.
Soylent Green?
Soil my pants and Lipogreen on my head.
Soylent Green is people. All right, so we're going to...
Wait, does this work like that?
Yeah, you
sideways?
just leave it right there so it doesn't feedback.
That's perfect. That's
move that phone too, because if it vibrates or does some shit, then
Oh,
people are going to hear it.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're working onto the ground because it'll vibrate the whole friggin' table.
Oh, well,
See, we're learning so much here in the Golden Age Pauldcast. In case,
but there's nothing like a good vibration, though.
Yeah, that's what she said.
So,
if you remember Bella Ace,
that's our boss.
She's the young girl who is the producer of the podcast,
producer, executive producer, agent,
technical consultant for this imperfect. And if you're wondering why are there so many technical difficulties, is because the podcast is literally run by a dog.
Right.
So
exactly right.
So what kind of Golden Age podcast are we talking about? We're here for episode 11. I have a good joke about 11. Remember, I told you I'm the master of segues, right?
Yes, you are. Segue
away.
Now
that I have a guest and I'm in video, I have to learn how to look at them and not look at a fucking, hi, hey human, you're not on TV. You're right there, pound it in.
There we go. We're live.
All right, so
we're not Memorex. No Memorex here.
Since you do have video capabilities, I'm going to show you how to squid it out. You know how to squid it out?
How?
This is something the kids taught me. Here, you do the pound, but you squid it out. Ready? Blue, blue,
yep.
blue.
Oh, you ever do the roller coaster?
No, what's the roller coaster, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Hey, the kids, the young ones, my son taught me a lot.
There were a lot of roller coasters in Florida.
Roller coasters and squids.
I came from roller coaster zone for sure. Now, I am hoping everything is good. I'm hoping at least that I can be heard and that good old Scotti G Live can be heard.
I hear you.
I do like to wear a hat on my podcasts. Reason being, I like to keep my face shrouded in mystery so that I can seem like a nebulous figure, an elusive figure, the opposite of what I am, the tall, dark, and handsome.
Well, I'm helping you because you get the glare. I can see the glare off my forehead.
That's right.
Which is a problem on stage. It usually blinds the front tables, so it's probably blinding your audience so they can't see you.
It's like
shrouded mystery.
It's like a spotlight on them.
Yeah, it's
that's amazing. Well, I'll tell you what, Scotti G Live. I've been. There's a lot of folks who wanted to do the podcast, but I really thought it would be best to have you back on because, well, good golly, a whole shit ton of things have happened to you. in your
it's
life.
Been a rough fall.
You know, it's been what it was. You know, I know a lot of the materials based on your mom and your experience with your mom and everything. So first things first, shout out to Scotti G's mom. Rest in power to her. And you know, I'm sorry to hear about it.
Mom in the bullet here.
Yeah, there's mom in the bullet.
Well, actually, she was. I have a story about that too.
I've had a rough bullet.
That's an empty bullet now.
Okay, good.
We have a story about that, but I got to correct something from the last podcast.
Okay, please.
At the end of it, I was talking about how I got in the band and music and then went to comedy.
Right.
Because I said I was pissed I got kicked out of the band.
Right.
I wasn't pissed at the band. Because when I sent it to them and they're listening to them, I'm like, dudes, I wasn't pissed at you. I was pissed at myself for getting in the car accident and screwing my voice up. So, yeah. So
they thought that you were in your feelings, like feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And so,
Still friends with Gus and Jody in the band, you know, so.
All right. Well, listen, Gus and Jody.
Shout out to the band,
Look right into Scotty's eyes. And let, you know, it was all a beautiful means to an end so that Scotti G could become the comedy powerhouse he is now.
Right. Well, I'm trying. I'm doing that. We're working. So I got to tell you, though, end of October, October 30th, I was at a board meeting. So I've had some medical stuff going on. I've been sleeping a lot, but I've been, you know, if I had a board meeting, I went down and went to the board meeting and went to dinner with some of the board members after the meeting. And, you know, of course, I'm in a board meeting, so I have a suit on. Shout out to the March 9th. It was the March 9th board meeting.
So it suited you well.
It suited me well, exactly. But I didn't. Right here's my mom. I got a bullet here.
Mom's in the bullet, okay?
Right, so some of my mom's ashes were in this bullet. I got it at the funeral home when she passed away. I got it in August. She passed away on July 31st. I'm going to try to do this without getting emotional.
Sure.
Scotti G is an idiot, basically. So here, it unscrews. The funeral home is smart. They super glued it shut so it wouldn't come unscrewed.
Yeah.
I grew up in Jersey and New York City. I tend to not be a very trusting person because people have given me...
Let me check this shit over here.
Reason not. I want to make sure my mom's ashes are in there.
Let me make sure. They might have cut a hornswoggled me on this.
Or maybe they were ashes. Maybe they could have been cigarette ashes. I don't know. But there were ashes in here.
I bet you they're bullshitting me. Let's check it out.
Yeah. So I opened it up and I saw the ashes, screwed it back, but I didn't super glue it. They said if I do that, super glue it. So I'm at this board meeting and it unscrews under my shirt and tie.
In the board meeting.
And I don't know it. So I go to the bathroom and I open my pants at the urinal to go to the bathroom. I feel something gritty in there. And I pull my underwear down and the bullet had fallen down into my underwear and then fell into the urinal. So my mom's ashes are now in the Pittsburgh sewage system. I literally, I tell you, I'm not condoning this at all, but I literally was going to eat a bullet or drive off a bridge. I was despondent for about 2 weeks. I didn't talk to anybody.
Oh, that bummed you out.
I couldn't even tell people. I was texting people. They're texting me. I'm like, I did something I can't reverse. I can't fix, and I hate myself for it. And I want to drive off a bridge. And like, what? And I'm like, I can't talk about it. It took me like 2 weeks to even talk about it.
I can't even like discuss it. Wow.
Yeah. So my mom now is flushed in a Pittsburgh urinal in the sewage system in Pittsburgh. Now, what I will say is my mom lived on the ocean most of her life and wanted, to die at the ocean. So I'm hoping that the ashes made it into one of the rivers that gets to the ocean. So by now, 3 weeks later, hopefully she's in the ocean. So she'd be happy with that. Yeah.
I got news for you. That was your mom's work. She was like, look, you're messing around what do I want to do? Hang around your neck.
Yeah.
You give me to the damn ocean, and then before you knew it, you put on your suit. Probably you're cinching on the tie that might have loosened it, right? Cinching up the old double Windsor.
Yeah, the old Rodney Dangerfield.
Right, no respect. And then she's like, forget about this. Let's get the show on the road. So,
yeah, it was.
That was part of that was
probably
meant to happen.
Her plan. I was not happy. Scotti G was not happy with himself. Well, was not at all.
Don't blame yourself for things that are supposed to happen. That's all I try to tell people. It's easy to come to terms with stuff when you realize that there's not an accident. You might have slipped down the stairs, but maybe you fell down, you bumped your head, you met a woman, and the woman fixed you, and then what an accident. So it means to an end. I'm not.
I will tell you something that happened actually the last 3 days. This podcast is timely because so. And I don't want to take too much because this is all part of my new act. But when I talk about
the 14 people who watch this are gonna really
Yeah, I mean, so you're going to hear Reader's Digest. There's more in my act now.
Okay,
I have a whole new act because of my mom and taking
I
care of
think.
her the last 6 months of her life and her in the hospital dying. She was funnier than I was. She gave me some great new material.
I bet.
But, remember growing up, your parents, I have your mom did. My mom is like, you put stuff in the laundry with stuff in your pockets. And like once I put a pair of, but we were dungarees back then, like those denim. They weren't denim, but they were like canvas kind of pants. But those kind of
like
pants.
Dickies.
Yeah, in the 70s.
Yeah.
A couple times I put them. I loved Tootsie Rolls as a kid, so I put them in the wash, and the Tootsie Rolls made it through the wash, but they didn't do so well in the dryer. They kind of melted all over the clothes in the dryer. So my mom, a number of times growing up, was not. So she always like, take stuff out of your pockets, take it out. It's before you put the clothes in the hamper. Take it. And I never did.
Always check the pockets.
Yeah. And so I was in trouble. Scotti G was that troublesome kid. Tootsie Rolls melting in the dryer. Mom was not happy. However, when I moved her to Erie in April, she got me back. She says it was unintentional, but I'm not sure. My mom always had like 100 tissues. She was always blowing her nose with sinuses, and she put them in her sweatpants. Now, my mom didn't want
same with my mom.
The senior apartment to do her laundry. She felt better if I did her laundry. So I'm bringing all these clothes home, and I open the dryer door, and there's dried tissues all over all of the clothes.
Didn't check
everywhere.
The pockets.
I didn't check the pockets. And of course, I didn't want to put my hands in my mom's snotty tissues, So I didn't. And I would yell at her. I'm like, Mom, is this payback for a kid? Are you getting me back with the tissues?
Mom always busts out like a snotty tissue that's been used 6 times.
Yeah.
It's crusty. She pulls it out and wiping your mouth. It's better than that. Was better than the spit though. When they get spit.
Yeah.
You're like, that's your saliva, Mom. I don't want to make out with Mom.
Yeah, but
that's not that Freudian.
Exactly right.
It's not that Freudian, Mom.
Oedipus, yeah.
Or you get a piece of gum from the bottom of her purse that tastes like perfume.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we had similar.
So what happened the last 3 days? So basically, she died July 31st. I was done with laundry. So it was August, September, 3.5 months. No more tissues in the dryer.
Yeah.
All the clothes that were in. Like I put on a pair of sweats and tissue would come out of the leg. Like for weeks. So, but I've had like a month and a half, 2 months of no tissues. The last 3 days when I got dressed, and these are clothes I had worn many times since she died, a piece of rolled up tissue came out, was on the floor of my bedroom 3 days in a row. So either she's telling me that the ashes are in the ocean and she's okay, or she's haunting me. I'm not sure which one yet.
A little bit of both. Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because, once I don't know if you believe in afterlife stuff, but once you leave Earth, then you can kind of play around for a little while.
That's my plan.
They'll send you little funny things, a little bird on your window, a little silly coincidence, a little something. You go, that's got to be Grandma. Look at that deer. She had a mole on her face like Grandma did.
Yep,
and
exactly.
then the correlation. But it's not an accident. That's why, you told the story about the bullet, and I'm like, okay, that was Grandma working as an inanimate object to get her way, and then tell you later. But no, that's your instinct. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
She's on her way going, you looked after me, you took care of me, good looking out. Let's give you a bit. Let's give you a joke you can tell on stage. She loved you doing comedy and everything. So, you can carry it on for her. And so good for you. But
well, I should have done what my dad did with my grandpa, though. In Florida, because my grandpa wanted to be spread on the Gulf of Mexico.
Yep.
And my dad did the right way. He asked for permission. My dad can't get in trouble for this now because he's dead. They can't arrest him in the grave. But they said no. Florida said no more spreading ashes.
Oh, yeah.
So my dad went on a fishing charter with my grandpa's ashes, and he tripped.
Oops. He had the ashes in a handkerchief,
in a bag. Yeah.
And he coughed it, and the cloud went out. Oh, that was my bad.
Yes. So my mom and grandpa may be in the Gulf of Mexico now together, floating around. Yeah.
So that's renegade. Yeah. So and all the particles and atoms, whatever, intermingled, and all's well that ends well, and
But you're right about the afterlife. I do plan on haunting people when I die. In fact, I have a list.
Yeah.
I do.
You got a hierarchy.
I have a hierarchy of who I'm going to haunt.
That'd be fun. He's like, watch me slide through this keyhole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be Casper the Friendly Ghost. I'd be like, I'm dead, but I still want your friendship. Can we, And they're like, you're gross. I'm like, I got that a lot in my regular life, too. Weirdo creep. Yeah, you should have seen me when I was alive. That was worse. But I grew up with mom and dad and very traditional stuff. Mom was very old-fashioned. and raise kids the right way, and she homeschooled us, and my whole education is like kind of like piecemeal
Right.
and everything. So like I learned out of encyclopedias, so I had like we couldn't afford the A through M, so I only know about the Netherlands or zoology or Victoria, and I only know N through Z. If you ask me about anything A through M from the dictionary or encyclopedia, I'm clueless. I know nothing of the Adirondacks or the Mississippi River. It's like I'm from Florida,
I'm horrible
right?
at geography.
It's
I'm
like,
horrible.
So I know I'm from Tampa, but I don't know what state that's in, right?
Yeah.
And then I know what country I live in, but I got no fucking clue what planet I'm on.
Right. Oh, I've been there. It's like when we son first got the game of Risk, I was like, oh, that's where that country is. I had no idea.
Oh, man, that's so funny, dude.
Oh, man.
So let's see what else you've been up to. So I know you've been kind of going back and forth to Jersey, just kind of like tying up loose ends.
Oh, man, the estate thing, dude. If someone ever asked you to be the executor of their estate,
don't do
it. Say no. Oh, my God, it's such a pain in the butt. Yeah, I've had a lot of I just spent – it was the final phone call with the IRS today. It took only an hour. That was the shortest call. Like one call was on for 3 hours literally to them tell me, oh, we can't talk to you about your mom's estate tax return. I mean, I did it. I'm the guy that did the tax return. Yeah, but when she died, you lost power of attorney. I had to fill out forms anyway. So literally an hour today to finally get her refund mailed in a check. It'll be here in 4 weeks in time for Christmas.
Yeah, and then your family members would be like, "Where's my cut?"
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone wants their cut. But it's a pain in the butt. But she knew I would do it right. But it's killing me. It's like a full-time job, dude.
You're doing a lot of driving right now, going out.
Oh
to
man,
Jersey,
well the Giant games and back to Jersey for stuff. Yeah, and I filmed my first movie.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, Segments of Jonah.
Into Scotti running this podcast. Tell us about the
so my brother Tom Graff is a movie maker. He's making his third movie in the journals of I can't pronounce it. I joke. I say it's homunculus, but it's homunculus.
Homunculus.
Homunculus. I say homunculus, and he gives me the stink eye. But
journals of homunculus.
Homunculus. But it's Segments of Jonah, and I wanted to be in the movie because now that I semi-retired, I got out of the corporate world, took care of my mom. She passed. I want to do the comedy full time and singing and acting and all that stuff. And he's like, dude, I got a role for you. So I drove to Jersey, and I was I filmed for that week. I was there. We filmed a few scenes. And
I saw some of the outtakes and some of the stills. They looked really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And the thing is, I was supposed to die. He actually gave me a role to only film because I'm so far away. He didn't think I'd come back. He killed me off. Right? I was electrocuted.
That's amazing.
But the problem is, I did, he doesn't remember, like, we were kids, I used to act in the school plays. Like, I was a lead in a lot of the school plays, right? I did so well. He's like, well, you don't have to die. I'm like, so I'm like in a coma now.
We could make sure you were mildly shocked by that electrocution, then you can come back as a supercharged superpower guy.
Right. So he's like, when can you come back? I'm like, dude, I'll come back whenever because he's got some famous actors and actresses in the movie. He's got Debbie Rochon and Lynn Lowry, who have done a ton of movies, horror movies.
Shaking my head like I know who they are.
Yeah, like 60, 70 horror movies. Okay. Edward X. Young is in it.
So the classics.
These are guys, people that go back to the 70s and 80s in the horror movies realms. And I could look them up. There's so many of them, but they are.
That's amazing.
He's got some really top-rate talent in this movie, and it's coming together very nicely. It's going to be released right now. I know all this could change. It's supposed to be released in the spring of 2025 on Amazon Prime. So I want we're going to share. I'll share it on my Facebook page. I want everyone to watch it, see Scotti G in his first movie.
Yeah, just Google homunculus. There can't be too many homunculus response.
But look at my face. Remember, my Facebook page is Scotti G Live. Scotti space G space Live.
Is it I?
Say it's Scotti, right?
Yeah, Scotti with an I.
Scotti with an I. G Live.
That's the socials. We try to pimp your ride whenever possible.
And it'll be there. It'll be there. So
you're I did an acting role once. I got to die on film too. I got to get shot up with heroin and hot dosed, and I got to die in my.
What movie? I haven't seen it.
Well, it was a short film my buddy made. He's like, I got this. I got to make a 5-minute film, and I got to write it tonight, and I got to film it this weekend. And I said, okay, let's do that. So he had the program, the script program, the Apple program that like formats everything like a script.
Right.
So we wrote a 5-minute script with all the physicality of this really dark story. This dude's like laying on the carpet withdrawing, and he screams to his girlfriend to go get him smack, and she goes to grab him some smack, and the guy like tries to attack her, and she fights him off, and she comes back and shoots me up, and I die.
Oh,
so,
jeez.
So after we got done writing the whole thing, it took like 18 hours. We wrote all night long, and then about 8 in the morning, we're like, well, we got it cast. Like, who's going to be the dumb junkie in his underwear dying on the carpet? And I'm like,
right.
And
it was funny is I had
it's
done.
gonna have to be me, you know.
When you act in a play in school on stage, you just do it.
Yeah.
Right. You practice all week, but you
Yeah.
just do it. It's one take.
Yeah.
And then I did a lot of training in the corporate world, and I'm not gonna mention my company names. I don't work for anymore. That
Yeah.
it's I don't know if they'd be upset with me mentioning that. I did in one of the roles I was in. I was responsible for helping my boss develop training videos for the whole company.
Oh,
For the,
cool.
for the whole division.
I did that too. Yeah. I was a trainer, video guy too.
And so I was in a lot of them because they needed, cheap, like free actors. Because I'm getting paid by the company, so they didn't have to pay me for acting.
Amazing.
And even then, no, they weren't really picky. It's a training video. You do 1 or 2 takes. As long as you said the words right, it was done. They didn't care what you looked like. They didn't care that, like, oh, I should look like this or should I look like this? Right. It was just do it and we're done. My brother, what I loved about him was his attention. I've never seen this attention to detail. We did takes. He's like, okay, the lighting's not right. Let's do it again. I'll move the light over here.
Oop, oh, you just moved the camera.
How did I move the camera? How?
You moved the camera
with my hands,
waving your arm. Yeah.
Oh man.
Let me fix it here.
It's a motion camera.
Yeah, it's kind of motion sensitive. Yeah, let's back up here. Okay, so all right, so try not to be. Oh shit! All right, reset, fool.
Reset. Can I be inappropriate now?
You can be whatever you want to be. Yeah.
So if I was to masturbate, would it go up and down?
It probably would, and then we would be removed from.
We'd be removed, yeah.
We'd be deplatformed. Reset, fool. All right, so I'm just gonna reset this bad boy.
Reset the bad boy.
Today's gonna be the day that we have hella technical difficulties.
Because I waved my arm.
Because you did, yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
I have to
Sorry.
I have to reset my settings. Oh, bro, I feel like I'm faded, bro. Oh, my God. So we got just a few more minutes, and we're going to wrap things up shortly here.
Yeah.
So,
I'll slide over here. So anyway, I was saying the attention to detail was great. He would like, she wanted to make sure the set was just right, the lighting was just right, and it's the first time I had to do it where you do multiple takes. You do one like a film, You and Me. You and I are doing lines. Then he's like, okay, then the camera's just on me, just like they do in the movies. You can go back and forth, and you got to try to say it the same way with the same inflection, same tone of voice. But it was fun, and I was like, it was easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, with a good director, they tell you like this. I need you to overplay this. I need you to underplay this, and they're able to direct you just right. And I think acting, has a lot to do with lends itself to comedy, like being able to improv. Improv acting. Guys like Will Ferrell. Like, how many times have you seen Will Ferrell do stand-up comedy? Maybe never. Have you ever done?
I don't think I ever have. I've seen his movies.
We've never seen Will Ferrell do a stand-up act, yet he's considered one of the funniest humans on earth because of improv. Right. And what's improv? It's acting. Yes, and. See, that was my segue. So with the last couple of minutes we have on the podcast, because we got to make a kind of a briefer one today. Because,
I was running late. Sorry, Scotti G was running late.
Scotti G needed to tell his story, so we needed to accommodate Scotti G for this. So to finish the podcast, I guess, segue into comedy, I've got some new material I was working on. I'm not sure if you guys knew, but we didn't know, but we're going to be taking a little drive to Jersey to watch my Tampa Bay Buccaneers
my Giants versus
and his
Tampa
Giants,
Bay.
And that's going to be quite a little shit-talking festival.
And one thing that PJ doesn't know here is every time I've taken somebody, because I have Giants season tickets, somebody that roots for the team the Giants are playing, and it's the first time they've gone to a game, the Giants have lost, the other team has won. And so
I don't want
the Giants
I just want a clean fight. Okay.
Right.
That's all that is.
I'm not because Baker Mayfield's my quarterback in fantasy in 2 leagues. So if he blows up the Giants, I'm okay.
Then that's good for you. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you have dogs in both fights. But I will tell you, while we're driving, I'm sure we'll be able to work on the material. I have a bunch of stuff I've recorded, little bits. I'm like, I do a joke about how I don't trust microfiber. Ooh. So we can develop that.
We can develop that. Perfect.
Because I want to tweak it. where's microfiber? Where does it exist on the cusp? Somewhere between time, space, reality. Like,
right.
I don't really want to work on my microfiber joke. So I just want to let you guys know that's what we're doing. I think we'll do a live podcast, Golden Age Pauldcast, maybe live from the stadium.
We could do that. We could do that. Sunday morning.
A tailgate party.
Yep.
So let's do that. I don't want to tarry too long because I don't want to piss off the people who are gracious hosts.
No, but we can pick up next week. I'm around all next week.
I want you to finish with your origin of we, and then we're going to go.
Oh, the origin of we, yeah. Oh, well, let's do is shout out to Room 33 in the Blind Tiger, because Blind Tiger is non-alcoholic drinks. Rebecca Stein, Rob Mart, their company. They're in my brother's movies, so they're one of the sponsors
cool.
of the movie. And they also were the original owners of Room 33. I'm working on dates, hopefully in January, for a Scotti G night with Scotti G 2. PJ is going to host it. So PJ and I are going to be at Room 33 in January. Watch our Facebook pages for the date when we get that set up. And the origin of we, okay, so Gus, the bass player, keyboardist in my band, my best friend growing up since we were 9 years old. All right. I'm 60. We're both 61 now.
Wow.
How many people do you know for 52 years? He went to the opening Giants game with me.
Nice.
We talked on the phone yesterday. He's been checking about my concussions and the concussion and the medical stuff and my cancer and all that stuff. So he's been a great friend. When he would come to visit my son calls him Uncle Gus, right? He's like an uncle to my son. We would go to the bathroom, and he would embarrass my son. We'd be in the bathroom. We would do Beavis and Butthead. But when he was at the urinal, he would go in the bed and go, wee! He's like, yeah, hey, Nick, hey, wee! I got to go. Oh, please come out. It won't, please come out. Wee! So I would laugh my ass off. I couldn't do it because I was laughing too hard. But all of a sudden, just one night, I was out, and someone did something stupid, and I said, wee! And I'm like, oh, I should just do it all the time. So that's the origin of we. It came from my best friend harassing my son.
Came from traumatizing children in the bed. That reminds me, I saw Airplane the other day, and I really
great movie.
When the pilot goes, you ever see a grown man naked?
Yeah,
exactly. You can't do that anymore, can you?
Oh, you can't. But basically, my son is still in therapy from those sessions in the UA bathrooms. Yeah.
All right, great. Father of the Year, Scotti G Live.
Exactly.
So I guess we're going to have to wrap this up here. So I did find my title here, so I'm going to cover your face up here. Look at this.
Yeah, cover it.
I'm PJ Cody. And next time when I think ahead, I'm going to have a title that says Scotti G Live like that. But, we don't care around here.
No, hey, I'm not about the ego stuff. I just want to have fun.
So, boys just want to have fun. We're going to have fun. We'll let you guys know what's going on with the football game. We'll update. Maybe episode 12 will be live and in effect from East Rutherford, New Jersey. All right?
Exactly right.
So I'm going to do the outro music, and then I'm going to fade out, and then we're going to get the fuck out of Dodge. Please go jump in the lake. Go Seawolves. And Small Talk Sucks. And what else you got to say?
Hey, no, Tommy Cutlass, Weekend Giants. Tommy DeVito's back. Tommy Cutlass, baby.
Hey, DeVito. Okay, let's see. Baker Money, motherfucking Mayfield. All right.
Exactly.
Love y'all. Here's the music, and peace in the Middle East. Much love.